I did a deep dive on where Governor Tim Walz stands on the issues, and this is what I learned. Governor Walz worked with state legislation to enact many policy changes to include protections for trans rights, legalization of recreational marijuana, prepaid medical and family leave, and free college for low-income students. In Minnesota, abortion was already protected by Minnesota Supreme Court. It passed a bill further protecting that, saying that women have the right to make decisions about their own body, contraception, fertility, and abortion. He was quoted as saying, "Listen to women, listen to what they're saying." In the aftermath of October 7th, Walz condemned Hamas, supported a deal to provide humanitarian aid to Gaza. He stated that the majority of Palestine is not Hamas. Hamas does not represent Palestinian people. Walz has done a lot for climate change, and his goal was for Minnesota to rely 100% on renewable energy by 2040. He wants electric cars to be 20% of all the cars on the road by 2030. He supports net zero carbon emissions by 2050. Adopted stricter limits on tailpipe emissions. He recently announced a $200 million grant from the EPA to reduce food-related emissions. That would include waste processing facilities, supermarkets, and farms. He said that he wants to protect our water and our land, but also do it in a way that supports the economy. Passed a bill that prohibits voter suppression, and he ensured that voter registration and voting locations can happen on all college campuses. He also signed a bill allowing 16 and 17-year-olds to pre-register to vote, and for permanent absentee ballots. Also passed a bill last year that would make it easier for people with felony convictions to vote, and this allowed 55,000 people in Minnesota to vote. He's proposed a path for citizenship for dreamers, workers, and people whose countries are in crisis. He also signed a bill last year allowing undocumented people the opportunity to get driver's licenses, which makes the roads safer. Tim Walz used to be loved by the NRA, and they donated $18,000 to him. As a congressman, he voted in favor for veterans to own guns, and he wanted gun control measures restricted. Since 2018 in the Parkland shooting, he's changed his stance on this. Not in favor of stricter gun control, called the NRA the biggest obstacle to stricter gun control measures. He's in favor of an assault weapon ban. He took that $18,000 that he got from the NRA and he donated it to a veterans organization that supports families of those who were injured or killed while in service. Signed measures in 2023, universal background checks, and red flag rules for people who are at high risk. I'm sure that I've missed a ton, so please feel free to put it in the comments.